Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Knuppe Ranch. It's not a beautiful day today. It's cold. It's gonna be cold. We got a cold streak coming for like the next 5 days. So today's Tuesday, and so Saturday is gonna be the worst of it. There's kind of a chance of snow Friday night, and the wind's supposed to blow Saturday. So we're supposed to have like wind chills into the -50s on Saturday, like Friday night, Saturday, like all the way till Sunday morning, I think is when the wind chill advisory is done, expires or whatever. So it's gonna be really cold this weekend, and so we probably won't do a whole lot other than taking care of animals, which I guess is a lot. But so this morning we're gonna go feed the calves, and then we're gonna head across the creek and set out a bunch of bales for the cows for our bale grazing, so that they're kind of set up for like the next 4 days. So then we don't have to worry about starting anything and going out there. All we got to do is go out there and open a gate and let them into the next piece, so they got some fresh grazing. So that's what we're gonna work on today. And so yeah, last night we hit 500 subscribers, so thank you guys a lot. It means a lot to us all here at Knuppe Ranch. We've been waiting for another big milestone for a while now, so it's a pretty good feeling. So thanks for all the support. We hope you guys have been enjoying our content up to this point anyway. So, and we hope that you continue to enjoy our content, and we'll hopefully keep putting out some good videos for you guys to watch. So yeah, but yeah, thanks for all the love and support, and yeah, let's get into it. So we've been feeding our calves that we weaned, and some other calves and cows. We've been feeding them ground hay and Milo screenings. So our first problem is that we only have like 7 5-gallon buckets, and that's how we feed the Milo screenings, is in 5-gallon buckets. We only have like 7 of them down there, and last winter we had like a ton, and we don't know what happened to all of our buckets. So this morning, hopefully I can solve the mystery of the missing 5-gallon buckets, but I have no idea where they all are. Well, there's a bunch in here in this shop that are, I'm assuming, I don't know for sure, but I'm assuming that all these buckets are filled with apple cider vinegar, all these. But I don't know, there's more there with oil in them. I don't know. All right, so found 4 more buckets. So at least we have 11 now. Ideally, it'd be cool to have like 13 would be the perfect number right now, because we've got some cows in this middle pen up here that we're feeding them 6 pails of grain. And then our weaned calves down in the south feedlot, we're feeding them 7 pails of grain. So it'd be really cool to have 13 pails, so we could just fill them all up and then, you know, take 6 and take 7 and be done. But we'll just have to fill some up in between feeding them grain. But I'm gonna look. Sometimes there's some in this grain bin, and there's nothing. So this grain bin, we just store all of our minerals and salt and all that good stuff. So sometimes there's a bucket in here, but I don't see no buckets in here. So I guess we have 11 buckets to work with. There's no force in the world stronger than the force that holds 5-gallon buckets together. They are, it's quite the deal. Sometimes you get them, you gotta whack them a couple times and get them turned, and then they'll break loose. But I really don't know if there's a good method. You got a good method for getting 2 5-gallon buckets unstuck from each other? Let me know in the comments, because that'd be sweet. If there was a foolproof method that I haven't known about all these years, that'd be pretty awesome to know. So let me know in the comments if you got any good ideas on how to do it better. I just usually take and whack them. 2 of them stuck together like this. I usually take and whack like the ring on the bottom bucket. I usually like whack it on the side of the door for the grain bin, get them unstuck. And other times they just fall right out. Don't know. I don't know if there's a right way. So a lot of these Milo screenings that we get are just kind of like the really fine stuff and like the little cracked kernels that the farmers couldn't sell, so they screen it out of their good crops and then they sell it. I know our local guy, he uses it to make cake for cattle and stuff like that, but once in a while we can get our hands on some of it to feed our calves. So that's what it looks like. But yeah, see, as you can tell, it's a lot of like the fine stuff. That really white stuff's just the dust, but a lot of it's just the fine stuff like this, and then some of like the stalks and stuff like that. But if you've ever been around Milo dust, you know that it's not super fun to be in a grain bin full of it, because the dust of it is kind of like oats, where it's really itchy and can make your eyes itch and stuff like that. So it's not very fun, but the cattle love it, and we get a good price on it. So yeah, we that's what we feed. Okay, so I just ran down and ran some water for one of our horses in the pens down there, and then I just got back up here, and it looks like Dad already took the grain and fed it to that middle pen right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill up these buckets. Looks like I gotta fill up 3 more, because we'll feed 7 to that south pen down there. 7 buckets. So while Dad is feeding the ground hay with the bobcat, I'm gonna check these waters and probably for sure turn this one on slow, because there's a lot more calves in this pen. That middle one, kind of a small tank, but I'll just kind of see how full it is right now. But this one I'm going to turn on nice and slow so that it'll run most of the day, and fill back up mainly when once the calves kind of drink it down. So I don't know, somewhere like that. About probably like 100 drops a second, something like that. It's probably about the right ratio. So when it's real cold like this, the calves will still drink. They won't drink like a ton, but they definitely will drink. We just usually in the wintertime we'll turn these hydrants on slow and let them slowly run throughout the day. So number one is kind of because the when it's running slow like that, it'll kind of keep the water tank unthawed while the calves are drinking it down and stuff, and then it'll also keep it filled up. So we'll run it real slow today because it's cold and they'll drink, but they probably won't drink as much as they would if it was like 30 degrees rather than like, I think it's like 5 right now. So yeah, but Dad's working on feeding them. So we'll feed them the ground hay first in the bunks, and then we'll go and then we put the grain on top. It's kind of like frosting on top of the cake for the calves. They really love it. So, but yeah, now we're just kind of waiting for Dad to finish feeding this ground hay. So So if you guys want to know how cold it is right now, well, I guess number one, I've got a built-in thermostat with my mustache, tells how cold it is in the wintertime. But also, we've got, see, this water is running right here, and there's little drips of water kind of dripping down on the side of this rubber tire tank, and it's freezing as it's dropping down. And I mean, it's moving fairly fast. It ain't moving slow like them drips aren't. It's freezing. So it's cold, and it's only gonna get worse towards this weekend. As I said, Saturday is gonna be like -50 wind chills, -50 Fahrenheit, I guess you should say, wind chills. So yeah, it's gonna be cold. So this bunch here in this middle pen is kind of all like smaller calves. That one blind calf that we brought over from the Arnie place earlier, probably, I don't know, that might have been like a month ago now, we brought her home. She had 2 blind eyes. We went over and got her and brought her home, so we can keep a closer eye on her here. So like, she's in here, some other smaller calves, and then cows that are open, our bulling cows that are open, are also in here in this middle pen. So here's these guys. So if any of you were worried about the blind calf that we brought home, she's right here, and she's doing just fine. So yeah, we're keeping a close eye on her. As you can see, she's putting on weight. She's eating just like a regular cow should. The only difference is that she's blind. So, but she's still doing just fine. So yeah. So Dad and I are out across the creek now. We just got done doing chores in at the house there. So now we're out across the creek, and we're setting out bales for bale grazing for the cows. So in the piece that the cows are in right now, I think Dad said he's gonna set out like 12 bales. So that'll be enough to last them for like 2 days, we figure. So we're gonna set out 12 bales in this piece to last them for the next 2 days. So that'd be like today and tomorrow. And then Saturday, we're going to let them into this piece that Dad already has bales set out for them. And then those bales will last them another 2 days. And then hopefully by that point, we'll be about through all of the cold stuff. And then hopefully we'll be back to regular schedule, and it'll be a little easier to get across and set out bales. So usually when we do the bale grazing, we set out bales with our tractor, our loader tractor, because we can haul 4 bales at a time on that. So it makes it a little faster than just one at a time with the Bobcat. But right now the creek is frozen, so it's frozen to where we can drive a Bobcat and a pickup across it, but it's not frozen enough that we can get a tractor across it. So that ice will either have to thaw out or freeze more, which it'll probably thaw out and break, and then we can get a tractor across and set out bales with the tractor. That'll make it a little faster. But for now, we've got to do it with the Bobcat. So it takes a little more time, but it's something that has to be done. So here we are. So today is Dad's birthday, so everybody make sure you go down to the comments and comment happy birthday Casey for him. So out across the creek where the cows are right now, we've got this haystack, and then way over there we've got, like right there, we've got 10 more haystacks. So when we had that our guy with the stack mover on his truck move the bales home, we had him put 10 stacks over there so that we were prepared for times like this when we're setting out bales and bale grazing over here. then we've already got our hay over here to do that, because we do most of our bale grazing on the south side of the creek that we're on right now. So that's why we've got a lot of hay over here. But we mainly feed ground hay in closer to the house, so we do have some hay stacks there too. So Dad just put out some bales for the bulls north of the house there. So now he's coming down here and he's gonna spread out a bale behind these railroad tie windbreaks for the calves in the south feedlot. So they've got a little bedding for this cold weather coming. So we got a lot of things kind of prepared and buttoned up a little bit for this cold weather. It's cold today. It's tonight. Well, today and tonight are going to be the first really cold days of this like 5-day stretch. So we got like 4 days ahead of us. Some really cold weather. So hopefully everything's buttoned down all right, and hopefully everything does all right. It's just gonna get, I mean, there's not a high chance of snow. It's just supposed to be like bitterly cold for a couple days. So anyways, I'll be videoing, so you guys will see all that here in the near future. So, but yeah, I guess with that, that's just about gonna do it for this video. So thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. Thanks again for getting us to 500 subscribers. That's awesome. I'm really glad you guys are enjoying our content. I hope you continue to enjoy our content. And so yeah, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. And as always, we'll catch you in the next one.